Now, let's look at the implication of this ruling. What are the implications of today's ruling? Because every ruling of the court, every decision of the court will have direct implication on somebody or a group of people, on an institution, or 1, 2, 3, 4 institutions joined together. There must be consequences. So we look at the implication of today's ruling. The first implication is that Peter Obi, as at today, has no party to stand on for the realization of his political ambition. That's the first casualty. Peter is the first casualty of today's ruling. He has no party because under the laws of Nigeria, you cannot stand election as an independent candidate. You need a political party to stand on. It is a political party that sponsors you. So if you do not have a recognized and registered political party to stand on and exercise your rights to be voted for, that means that you cannot be voted for at an election. The logo of your political party cannot be part of the paper that is used for the voting, okay? The ballot paper, right? So Peter is the first casualty of today's ruling. I've heard the NDC say, the publicity secretary of NDC, I think they have said that they have not been deregistered, there's no order deregistering them and all of that. Go back and look at the order of the court. If the order of the court says, INEC, I hereby withdraw the authorization I had given you to register this political party, it means that the political party that was recognized by the order of the court has been withdrawn. That's the simple implication. So Peter becomes the first casualty of today's ruling. 2, the same applies to all candidates of the NDC across Nigeria. NDC, they have senatorial candidates, House of Representatives, State House of Assembly across the Federation of Nigeria. So this judgment also affects them to the effect that they do not have, as at today, so it might change tomorrow, but as at today that the judgment, a ruling has been delivered, every ruling of a court, whether it's valid or not, it stands. That's it. It stands until it is set aside. INEC can act on that ruling. So as of today, all the gentlemen and ladies that bought forms under the platform of the NDC contested and their names are out, they are affected by this ruling. The implication is that they do not have political party to hang their ambition on as at now. Number 3, NDC is basically no more a political party in Nigeria, going by this ruling of the court. Remember, the court having withdrawn its earlier order for recognition. If you go to the platform of INEC, you would see that NDC became a political party. You see the written court order. It was as a result of court order that NDC became a political party, and the court can rightly order an institution to do what it should do. Maybe like mandamus, say you have the responsibility in law to do this, register this political party because they have met the criteria. You cannot stop them. The court has the right to do that. So it was court order, and the same court has today ordered again that that earlier order be withdrawn. So the implication is that NDC is basically no more a political party, registered political party in Nigeria, going by this ruling of today. Number 4, the consequences of today's ruling is high. The consequence of today's ruling is very huge against NDC. When you look at it from all angles, it's quite huge. It's a ruling that NDC did not need to have at this critical moment. But what can NDC do at this point? Is it an entirely hopeless situation for them? Is there anything they can do at this point to salvage their political party? At this point, we look at it. This is the NDC, Nigeria Democratic Congress, right? The first thing they can do is appeal against the ruling. Once a trial court makes a decision, if you are aggrieved, you have the right to move on appeal against that judgment or ruling. So the first thing NDC should do or can do, they can decide to accept the verdict of the court. Don't forget that. But in view of the enormity, in view of the consequences, in view of the impact, I think they should appeal. So the first thing they should do is to go on appeal against the ruling. Number two, they can file a motion for stay of execution and serve it on INEC and take steps to move the motion in court so that the party is not delisted or removed from the portal of INEC. So it's simple. They can file a motion on notice first thing on Monday morning and serve it on INEC. And then ask the court to restrain INEC from deregistering NDC pending the determination of the appeal. That can be done, right? That will save them. Number three, NDC has to apply to the Court of Appeal for accelerated hearing of the appeal in view of the date already fixed by INEC and the urgency in the matter. It's an urgent matter for them. So you file an application at the Court of Appeal, file your appeal, file an application for accelerated hearing so that the matter can be heard every other day. So in 1 week, the Court of Appeal can hear and conclude this matter and then give judgment. If the Court of Appeal gives judgment to say that the trial judge was in error, then the Court of Appeal sets aside the decision of the trial court. If the Court of Appeal says that the trial judge was right, then NDC enters into a bigger problem because they will now have to go to the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to set aside the judgment of the two lower courts, the two concurrent courts, which is not always easy. But if the Court of Appeal says the trial judge was in error, that means that's a saving grace for the NDC. At this point in time, it's a critical time for NDC. It's a critical time also for Nigeria's democratic experience. The days ahead will be quite interesting, and we're here to watch. And when the legal issues arise, we'll make the analysis for the benefit of everyone. Many thanks for watching.